Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to make this rose cake, but here is a few things you need to know beforehand. We're going to use Madeleine chocolate. Where is it? Madeleine chocolate. You can make it yourself or you can buy it at the store. And you will need around 1.5 pounds or 600 grams. And I had 2 pounds and this is my leftovers. It's better have more than less, obviously. So you can use gum paste or you can use fondant with CMC. You can use a lot of mediums. I teach in-person class with this cake and we decided that we are going to use Madeleine chocolate because it sounds more fancy. And so, but you can definitely use gum paste. And if you're going to use gum paste, I think you can do thinner petals because you can leave them to dry and they will be sturdy enough even though they will be thinner. But for Madeleine chocolate, they should be a little like thicker, especially in the center, so they are stable and they can stand up on its own. This is a very small cake. It's a 5-inch. It's actually 2 5-inch layers that I cut in half, filled, so it's like this small, and then we carve it. I will show you later. But if you want a larger cake, like more numbers of servings, I wouldn't make the rose larger. Because if this is 600 grams of Madeleine chocolate, if the cake will be 6-inch, you will need 1,000. You will need a lot more and it will make no sense. So what I will do, I will just create a large cake like a base and then put the rose on top. I think this will be the best solution for this type of cake. This is more like a centerpiece. And another reason why we decided not to use gum paste is that gum paste dries hard, rock hard, and it crumbles. So when you will try to cut your cake, I don't know what will happen. Maybe it will be too dry and it will smash the cake. Because right now the petals, I have a leftover one, it's still like, it's soft, it's crumbly, you can easily cut it. I don't want to cut it. But yeah, I teach this offline class and this is so rewarding and this is so cool because at the class, at the end, like everyone has this pretty rose cake and it's like a garden. It's so pretty and it's just like, no one believes they can make one, but then they can and they're so happy. I love this class. So at the class we also dust it with the petal dust. And we add a butterfly, drops of piping gel to imitate water drops. But so you can get creative with it. We add leaves. I love it like this. And this rose is not perfect because I was making this for a video. I was more focused on making a video than making a perfect cake. So you will see me not worrying about that. In some places you can see the cake. If you make it at home, you can totally be a perfectionist and you can perfect this cake and it will be so cool. So let's get started. Okay, so for the cake itself, we will need 2 5-inch cakes and some buttercream. I'm using pre-made ones and this is a Brill buttercream, which is like a buttercream with shortening. This is not what I usually use in my cakes, but for a test project, it works great. I'm going to assemble the cake as usual first and then we will carve it. It wasn't smart. I wanted to tort it in half. So I have a knife and I'm going to just cut it in half. Because it's a small cake, I can do it. And usually I use this tool because I cannot. Even like here. Little buttercream first. Our cake layer. More buttercream. Our layer. More buttercream. And at the class we use ganache, which is way better. I'm going to crumb coat this cake. Okay, and at the top too, just a little, so there is less crumbs. Wow, so lopsided. Whatever. When I make a rose out of fondant, I use this styrofoam as a base. So when I do my petals, they have a base and they eventually will look like a sphere. So for this cake, we need to make something similar, but like cut like this, because there is no bottom part. We're not making the lower petals. And for this, I'm going to take my knife, hold it like this, and just cut this top two layers. And I will get this strawberry shape. Right. And now I'm going to get some gloves, because I don't like to touch my cake. And some more buttercream here. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of move it a little up top, kind of like use the scraps to build the strawberry shape that I want. You can obviously do it a lot better than I did. More like this. I have this piece that I'm going to... Wow! Wow! I did not expect it to be this messy. Oh, okay. More buttercream. And I'm going to stick this part. So I will have like this, a little strawberry or somewhat. Okay. Okay, so I cleaned my table and now I want to crumb coat it all again. And kind of push it all into the strawberry shape. It's way harder with buttercream. I like work with ganache. I prefer working with ganache. But because it's a demo cake, I didn't want to waste chocolate. Oh my god. Okay. And I'm going to use this piece of this flexible scraper to kind of like tuck all the crumbs inside, so my board is clean. Okay, it's kind of like smooth. It's not required. So this is our cake and it's fairly small. It's like 4 inches tall. And our cake will be like 6 inches tall, because we will add more petals. But obviously the size of this cake will determine the size of your final cake, final rose. So the cake is ready. Let's move it and let's make petals. To make my petals, I'm going to use Madeleine chocolate. This is the one that I bought pre-made at the store where I teach this class. And this is not the color I would love, but we are going with it, and maybe I will airbrush the rose later. I feel like this is too much. I need less. So this is 800 grams, and we will see how much we will use. So this is what we will need to make a rose. Scraper to cut the petals, rolling pin to roll the petals, and foam board and this veining tool to create texture on our petals. They will be fairly large and there is no veneer this size. So to start with the rose, I usually create a spiral here to imitate this inner part where this like all the petals are overlapping and you cannot see anything. So why do make a lot of petals if you can just make a spiral? We make a nice log and then we roll from the center towards one side. So the shape is like this. I would love it to be more thin. And maybe longer. Let's see, and then more. Like this. This is what we want. And now I'm going to vein it. And for this I'm going to use this tool and just, oh my god, how? Just like roll it. So now we have this texture. It's fairly high, so I'm going to just cut it. And now we're making a spiral. Our spiral doesn't go just like this. This is not a spiral we want. This part, the left part, goes down, and this one goes up. Let me show you. So this one goes down, like this. Maybe not so dramatically, but the idea is like this. See, like the spiral. And then when we will hide it with our petals, it will be like something is going on inside. I'm going to cut it a little more. Try not to ruin the shape. And then I will just place it on top of my cake. And that's it. This is the start. And now we're just going to make petals. And I will show you this a little closer. So for the first petals, we will need a ball, smaller, a ball like this. The first layer is 2 petals and they overlap like this. So the one goes inside, it overlaps, this goes inside, this overlaps. And inside you will see our spiral. So we need 2 petals and they should be fairly small, like this. To roll a petal, I roll a ball, flat it with my palm, and then I roll from the center up, left and right. So the center is thick, but the sides are very thin. And it creates so my petal has stability, but we have this illusion of very thin petals. I don't want it to be so thick, I just made it for the video purpose. So I will roll it a bit more, like this. So it's still a little thicker. And I'm going to use my tool to vein it. And I'm going to do it all the way, like from here to here. I like to do it when it's in the corner, so I have easy access. And let's just start. I use it like a rolling pin. And I don't worry about any imperfections because our rose it makes it more realistic. So this part, this side is veined, this is not. And for these petals, we are going to use this side. Don't worry about this, we will cover it with the next layer of petals. Let it rest a little. Let's make another petal like this. And now it's time to assemble. Okay. Remember, like this and like this. So I place one petal, which should be a little higher than my top. A little higher, like this. Then I place another one on the opposite side, a little higher. This one has a very let's just pretend this is the side we want, like this. And now instead of just pushing them here, I'm going to unwrap this one and kind of like tuck it here, and then tuck this one. Maybe it's too much, maybe they are too tall. I'm going to move them a little lower. So again, now I need to tuck this one inside and this one outside. So it's here, oh my god. Okay, something went wrong. Let's see. Let me do it again. Maybe I made them too long, too tall. Let's see. Them. Okay. Place them on my cake. Maybe this is too tall. Let's see. Maybe I would love it to be a little smaller. I'm going to cut this part again. Like this. Okay, change of mind. We're going to make new spiral. See, like it's starting to be shiny. It means it's too hot. We need to leave it to rest a little, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make my, okay, to roll it a little bit so it's nice and thin. I'm going to make my spiral. Like this. I'm going to flatten it on the bottom and place it on the top of my cake. Yep. Maybe fix a little. Tighten the center. Okay. Okay, my petals. One goes this way. Oh, and the other one goes the opposite way, but a little lower, not so tall. Yes, like this. So if this one goes in, then the other one should go in, like this. And now we need to fix this. So I'm just opening this part and pushing this one inside, pushing this one more outside. So I want to see some air here. I wanted to have some, to not be just like and when I do, I always curl these parts because they will help to support next petals. I will really like to have some, yes, some space here, like this, and then some space here, like this. And I don't want them to be like squished. So let's see. Now we need 3 petals, the same size. So again, I get 3 balls, maybe small, like this. I squish them. And when you think about the petals for this flower, so the actual petal is like this. We just like avoid the bottom part, so there is no like bulking going here, because imagine like 1 petal, 2 petals, 3, 4, 5. That's why I just prefer to make them shorter, but they should be wide enough because it's a large rose. And actually, like the outer petals, they will be just wide. They be the same high almost. Like this. 45 grams. Let's do 40, right? 40 grams for each petal, like this. And to prevent sticking, that's what I'm doing. I'm just unpeeling it and turning it over. That's it. Now we need to add texture. At the class, I always cut this part. This way I know where my bottom is. It's very easy. Because if you just look at the petal, you're like, where is the thin part? You have to spend time. But if you just cut it, you will know constantly. And now we need to add them again, the same way. We start where the seam is, place 1 petal, we place a petal a little higher, like this. We kind of secure it a little, and then we see where the other 2 will go. Here is the other one will go, a little lower, higher, little higher. Yes. And then the last one will be here, and it should go inside this one. Again, instead of just pinching it, what we do, we unpeel this one and we move this one more inside, while still, need to still be able to see what's happening here. Oh, this is the other petal. Okay, let's see. So I start from here until I'm happy what I see with this petal. Then I unpeel, try to curl this one, maybe tuck it a bit more inside, have it here, like this. Don't forget to curl. Now this one looks great to me, but I would love to have some space here. Oh, you didn't see. Okay, so when I make a flower, I want to be able to see everywhere. I like to have a space between every petal. This way I can make the least amount of petals possible. That is what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to... This one goes inside. See, like if I just push it like this, it goes like this. So I have to move it here, like this. It doesn't, it sticks to my hand. So that's why I have a wet towel. And then the last petal. This one should go more inside. And then this one will overlap it. No. Oh, I was wrong. This one goes inside. And then this one overlaps it. Like this. And now I want my hair, my ear here. And I curl all the petals back a little. And I check from all the sides, like this. This is a base of our rose. Now we need to make 4 more petals, but they will look a little different than these ones. Again, I'm going to use this much. And around the same size. Flat it, roll one side, left, right. Okay, I want them a little thicker so they can hold the shape. And I'm going to vein them. But instead of placing it like this, we are going to place it like this, because we are going to curl our petals this way. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut so I know where my end is. I'm going to use my rolling pin to help it curl this way. This is quite a small petal. I would love my next ones to be a little larger, like this. That's it. So our 4 petals are ready. And this one is very soft. This one already has some stability to it. And we are going to place this one. I'm going to roll it a bit, just in case. And to place this petal, we find a seam, and like this. And we again go a little higher than our base. And that's it. And see, because we just like did this triangle shape, you can see here some air, you can see here some air, like this. And then the next petals will just overlap each other. Let's place this one. Again, I find a space. I want it to be a little higher, but not too high. Maybe like this. Maybe it's too high. Maybe like this. Okay. And I would love it to have more like this. See? Like, the idea is to have as much air possible, because the cake is very small and we want our rows to be quite large. Okay, the next petal. No, they're too soft. We will wait a little and we will create more petals for now. 5. This is not a rule that I'm making more and more petals each row, it's just how it works for me. And I'm using the same size balls, maybe a little bigger. Okay, it's 55. It's bigger. Okay, I'm going to roll on my table, because my table doesn't move. This one moves. And the larger the petals, the thicker you want them to be, so they are more stable. Because this is not gum paste, this is modeling chocolate, and it requires some it should be thick to hold the shape, at least at the beginning. And it will not dry super hard as gum paste. It will still be pliable even tomorrow. Like this. I'm going to vein it. And curl them too. If you want, you can try to curl them all the way, but I find that this shape helps the petal to be stable. That's why I encourage my students in the class to do like this. And you see, like when you make a petal and it's like this, it looks very like not strong. So that's why I like to use a rolling pin to try to make this curl like larger, more. It should, oh my god, it should be a little more hard. Need to cool down because my hands are warm. And we just keep going, we make another petal and that's it. We don't wait. We can check these ones. Oh, already better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to overlap this one like this, and like you cannot see, but here I have my cake visible, so I'm just pushing it until I don't see the cake. And that's it. This is done, and then the last one. Few more minutes. We'll have time to roll another petal. And I'm getting bigger and bigger because I want larger petals, larger. You need to wait. But this one is ready. It's already a little somewhat stable. So I'm going to use my rolling pin to help it curl in a bigger curl. Like this. Now I will try to carefully place it back. Check this one. This one is ready. So, if you really want, you can unpeel this one and try to tuck it inside. But keep attention to the height of this petal, the direction. So, we don't want it to go like this on an angle. We want it to go straight. So I place it first, unpeel this one inside. It's not symmetrical. Should be more here, like this. Yay! This one lost. Okay. Whew. I will use a little bit of fresh buttercream here to support my petal, because this is American, it is drying like this. This is open. I want to pinch it a bit like this, and then I want this one back like this. Yay, I did it. Now I just leave it so it will solidify a little bit. I don't like how it looks here. Yes, more like this. Okay. This one is so stiff already. Okay. And I want them to go a little lower for my next petals to have some more support. So I just curl them here. Let's try to curl this one. Okay. That's it. It should dry a little. Or like not dry but cool down, or otherwise I will just ruin it. And the next layer of petals, so right now we went up and now we're going to go down because our flower is opening. Maybe I need 6. Maybe I need 6 already. I will curl it a bit more. I want more movement in my rose, more movement, with the least amount petals possible. That's the goal. I like it already. We just need to cover all the bottom. Maybe we will not be able to cover it with just 5. Because this one, it should be lower. But it's not a big deal. I think these ones are ready. Let's make 2 more petals, or like 3. So we will have some extra in case we will need them. Ideally, this should be enough. But seeing this spot, I know that we will need extra because we cannot just like cover it. Maybe we can. Just in case. It's better have them and not use them than not have them. The lower the petals, the wider they are, like wider. But they should be shorter because the rose is like opening. If that makes sense. Okay, the fun part. At this stage, you will feel like nothing is working, but eventually it will work. Need my clean hands. Maybe some fresh buttercream, because mine, I know it's already dry. So I'm going to add some fresh one. Okay, let's choose a petal like this. And this is a perfect height. It's a little lower. If it will be too high, I will just cut it. And I'm going to get it. This is too much buttercream. Okay, like this. I wanted to hide this spot and I did it. And you can see how it's slowly drooping. We don't want it. We want it to have stability. For this, you can try to pinch it. Like pinch it like here to make it more stable. And I have all this buttercream visible there, so I'm going to use my brush and just wipe it out. And just wipe it. Or you can use just pink buttercream and you will not have any issues. Like this. Yeah, let's check my other petals. So soft. This one is good. Let's find a place. Maybe here. Wow, yes. And somehow I made them the like exact size I want. But if they would be larger, I would just cut them more. Maybe we need to cut one for you to see. Okay, so I did just 2 petals. Random place because I felt like where they needed. And ideally, I would place a petal here because this is a ridge. It will help the petal. The same here. Maybe I will wait for them to dry a little, just like 5 minutes. I'm going to measure the size. I want it a little shorter, like this. And this one is drooping. I don't like it. I would love it to have more coral. And I'm going to just wait until it will stay in place. Of some sort. Maybe like this. I love it. I think it's so pretty. Let's spend this time by like playing with our flower and opening everything we can open. So what I plan to do, I plan to unpeel this one and place a petal over this ridge. And then I'm going to unpeel this one and place a petal here. The high is good, so let's just go for it. I hope it's not too early. Unpeel, tuck the petal inside. Oh no! No, I'm going to wait. Going to wait. Going to wait. Wait a little. Okay, I have a petal which is quite ready to be placed on a cake, so let's try this again. No worries. Just going to level it and place it here. Maybe I'm going to cover this part. Yes. So you see I have some buttercream visible. I want to cover it. And now we need to somehow fixate it. There is no way. Right? Okay, let's see. So here is a trick. If I will cut my petal, if I will cut this part and this part, now when I bend it, it will be flat and it will be able to stand on its own. Let me show you. Like this. See, it's standing. That's what we kind of want in this situation. We want them to be stable enough to stand. Oh, maybe not so much. Maybe a little less. Maybe I'll just move this one here. Let's just move this one here. Maybe not. Oh, the struggle is real. Struggle is real. So basically I just don't want to wait the whole hour, and usually I make this outer layer of petals the day before, so they are quite sturdy. But I think we will be able to do it. We just need to wait a little. And I don't have any patience today, because I want to show you this tutorial. I want to post it and like finish it already. So what we need to do, we need to push this middle part inside, and this will create this concaved thing. See, I told you it will work. But now I have this, I can see from here that I have some buttercream visible. I personally don't care, because no one will inspect your flower and look everywhere to look for imperfections. Everyone will be just like, wow, the flower, it's so pretty and everything. Like this. Going to, okay, I'm not touching the center. Okay, so I just added another petal and I'm not touching it anymore. I'm trying to, so like, see, like when I do this, it kind of has this almost like a support ridge, and it helps it to stay. I need to cut something. If you need some, you can use some water to stick like this petal. Tiny bit of water here, and I'm going to like brush it over the petal to melt the sugar, because it will be, if it will be just water, it will just slide, and I need to melt the sugar so it will stick. You can use corn syrup, piping gel, anything. Okay, this is ready. Okay, I have this imperfect place, but I'm not going to do anything with it. I have two places. I'm not going to do anything. You can obviously make more petals if you want. This is quite ready. Let's add this one. Again, if I'm placing it, I want it to be, let me think. I want this part, I want it to be more round. And this way I can curl it over my flower. And then I want this ridge to support. Oh no! I was too fast, too impatient. Okay, see you in an hour. Okay, so it's been an hour and my petals are much more dry, still pliable. And to dry them better, I propped them with some paper towel so they have some shape to them. And I'm going to use buttercream because this one is too dry. Nothing will stick to it. And I'm going to continue adding my petals. One will go here. I will just go for it. Like this. Then another one. Here. Maybe I'm not going to overlap them all. I feel like this is too tall, but it's fine. Another one. Will it work? I wonder if I can squeeze one in here. I need to cut it first. Whoa. I'm going to cut it. Use some buttercream. And I'm going to squeeze it inside. Okay, like this. And then close with this one. Yes. So my rose is getting more like fluffy. I'm gonna make one more here. And it's so tall, I'm going to cut it like a lot. And on a little angle. Little buttercream. Obviously it's better to use pink buttercream. I hope everyone understands this part. Okay. I have just one last petal. Maybe I'm going to use it somewhere here. For now, I'm done. I'm going to let it dry. Okay, so it's been a week and this is our final cake. I decided not to decorate it, not to anything. So if you want, you have your whole creative freedom. I love it. I hope the tutorial was helpful and I will be thrilled if you will try to make this cake at home. I will really appreciate you if you will tag me. I want to see what you can make. And maybe adjust the tutorial, adjust the teaching in class, because every time I teach, I learn something from my students and I try to show the things differently and find the way that works for other people. And for this cake, I was almost ready to cut it, but I found an event, and this is garden-themed tea party. And I'm going to use it as a centerpiece, and maybe after that, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want me to make other cakes or cake toppers. Thank you.